Sir.
Thank you, Madam President, rising in support of the bill. I certainly want to thank Senator Flexer again for her kind words and working with Senator Looney to ensure that we prioritize these bills to pass and so that we can fulfill the will of the voters. And it is the will of the voters. In fact, I look at my district in Norwalk and Darien, and in fact, 75% of the people in my district voted yes on the constitutional question of whether or not they support early voting. And we're not breaking new ground here when 46 other states already have early voting in the United States of America. And as we have spoken now for the third time, as we've done with our voting rights bill, our no excuse absentee balloting resolution, and this bill that codifies what the voters have decided, despite all the work we've done over the years, Connecticut still has some of the most restrictive voting rules in the country. And this is a step to change that. And voters will be able to now vote early, which will then fit their schedules and will have greater participation. As I said last week, our democracy is only as strong as the ability for people to vote. We want more people to come out and exercise their rights. We want more people to make the choices there. Our democracy is weaker the fewer the people who vote, because they may say, I can't get out there on that Tuesday. I can't make it between the voting times. And while some people may say, what do you mean you can't make it between 6 a.m. or 8 p.m. in one day? Well, there's a lot of people who cannot, for whatever reason. And for us to judge that or to say that for some reason that's not acceptable when 46 other states actually have early voting and do it successfully for decades is wrong. And we should be expanding voter access, not restricting voter access. So, Madam President, I rise tonight again to thank Senator Flexer for her hard work on these issues year after year after year after year to help encourage and inspire voters across the state to exercise their rights. Senator Looney for his work over many, many years in helping to do the same and prioritizing these kinds of bills. The work of Representative Blumenthal, who has worked very hard this year on the GAE committee, our Secretary of the State, Stephanie Thomas, who hails from Norwalk now, and has been part of this conversation as well. And so I think working together, we can have a very successful early voting process that the voters will come to know and appreciate and rely on for them to participate in voting, not just in the presidential years where we get high voter turnout, but in the years where we have just a state election and just a governor's race, years where there's just a mayor or a first select person who's running, or maybe just Board of Ed races. These are the years in which we need to let people know they can vote, get them out to vote, have them participate in their government so that they can be a part of this great process that we all are in ourselves right now. And as Senator Flexer said earlier, we're all kind of, for lack of a better term, political animals. We watch this stuff like crazy when it's time to vote. We know when there are May elections. We know when there are primaries. A lot of people don't know those things. But we give them a little extra time now to be able to exercise their right to vote. And I think that'll make our democracy a little bit better and a little bit stronger than it is right now, where more people have that opportunity to be a part of it. So I would urge my colleagues to vote yes on this, to codify what the voters of the state of Connecticut have already said yes to. And they said yes to it in a big way. This is following their instructions by voting yes and supporting this bill that we have here in front of us. Thank you.